Ever dreamed of ruling your own kingdom in a magical realm where fairy tales come to life? In Fabledom, you'll build and grow your village into a kingdom, find your prince or princess, and live happily ever after. But is it all rainbows and butterflies? Well, in this video, I'll be sharing what I loved about Fabledom, along with some areas that could use a bit of polish. By the end, you'll hopefully have a good sense of whether this game is your cup of tea. And just a heads up, while we've been given early access to the 1.0 full release, the opinions stated here are our own and are not influenced by getting the product for free. So let's get right into it. The game is set in a magical realm where you can immerse yourself in a whimsical world filled with giants, witches, and flying pigs. As you start the game, you'll be introduced to a funny narrator who will also give you commentary on your journey to achieving different milestones for your kingdom. The narrative is pretty entertaining and quickly gives you your backstory on why you are growing a kingdom. As you explore every nook and cranny of the kingdom, you'll uncover hidden secrets and encounter unique scenarios. And depending on whatever decision you make, it will yield different outcomes. Even for a city building game, I find that Fabledom gives you quite an interesting lore as you uncover more territories and interact more with neighboring kingdoms. Please do remember that since the game is fairy tale themed, the narrative will revolve around that. Then we have the game mechanics. As a city building game, you can explore, gather resources, and build a kingdom that your citizens will be proud to call home. The initial goal is pretty straightforward. Keep your citizens happy, keep them fed and warm, and more would-be citizens request to join. Simple, right? Well, the interface is pretty intuitive, so I have no qualms about that. It's just that there are random quests, some funny and engaging, some just deplete your resources, and some are just unicorns. I treat these random quests as some sort of palate cleanser since they keep the game from getting too one-paced or too predictable, which is a good thing, but I do have my concerns about getting a noble which you can acquire only via quests. In this game, there are 3 hierarchies of citizenship, each of which have different roles and resources they can produce. The highest level is a noble, and unfortunately I could not for the life of me trigger any quest that produces one. I do hope that it might just be a balancing issue that could get better in the next updates. Because it has taken me decades, in-game decades, and I still haven't encountered any quest. Putting that one gripe aside, the gameplay loop is really enjoyable and pretty addictive. The game easily gives you multiple reasons as to why you shouldn't put the game down. Just after I get more coals, just after winter, I just need to get this certain amount of food, and the list goes on. But my favorite part is how you can also build your economy through trade and interaction with other kingdoms. I didn't think I'd enjoy the diplomacy part of the game that much. Is it my management skills? Maybe. But especially with resources that are limited in your territory, the best way to acquire them for me is from trade with other kingdoms. One example is iron, a raw resource material that is needed in assembling your army to defend against threats from encounters and neighboring realms. So yes, there's fighting in this game, but thankfully it's not too complicated. Next, we have the relationship mechanics. In this game, one of the goals is to find your queen or king, and I'm quite happy that romance isn't just a side quest, but a central part of the gameplay. To find your perfect royal match, you would need to begin courtship to start multiple quest lines for your chosen royal. And I must say the royals are unique and all have powerful personalities. I've mentioned earlier the trade and interaction with neighboring kingdoms. Your relationship level with the royals of those neighboring kingdoms does come into play. To increase the relationship, you can do the other kingdoms' missions and you can give them gifts. What to give them will depend on the nation's priorities. Needless to say, the relationship mechanics of the game are well thought of and very much well integrated in the gameplay. My favorite part of it will be how each of the royals' storylines and challenges are very different and are very much a showcase of their unique and awesome personalities. As for the visuals and sound, the 3D models are adorable. It leans more on the cutesy side, which I prefer, while the audio of the game is magical, which is on point for this sweet and laid-back fairy tale world. I do want to mention that there is some form of customization on the homes of your citizens called amendments, where you can choose whether your citizen will have a beehive or if the condominium proper will have a town shop and much more. Little things like these make the game much more unique to your gameplay and how you want to shape your kingdom. Movement in the map does get slow once you've unlocked the territories and maximized the buildings you can construct, but that may be just my device. Unfortunately, the text is pretty small in this game, so I wasn't able to play in my Steam Deck, and I'm not sure how well the configuration will translate well. Even so, the game is pretty enjoyable with how you can zoom into your citizens with the different buildings and architecture you've built for them. And I think that kind of bonus immersion is pretty awesome, especially with how adorable the graphics are. What makes this game different from all the other cozy building games is its lore and social aspect on how it's integral in becoming the best kingdom you can build. It's very well integrated into the gameplay. Also, the charming storybook looks and fairytale core is consistent all throughout, which is very on brand for the game, making it something you could easily identify as Fabledom once you come across an image of the game. If you're someone who enjoys cozy, story-rich games with a magical narrative, then Fabledom might just be for you. The game is a pretty good introduction to city building games with its intuitive controls, charming world, and pretty laid-back quests. So whether you're a seasoned player or a newcomer to city building games, Fabledom has something to offer. City building and crafting games are like a relaxing escape into a world where you can create and expand at your own pace with cozy mechanics and story-rich narratives. And in this video, I list down my top games of 2023 where I share my gameplay experience with a focus on the narratives. If you enjoy games like these as much as I do, you won't want to miss this. So click on the next video and I'll see you there. Stay awesome, gamers!